This is a video especially for adults who volunteer with middle school girls in Girl Scouts. The addition of the Studio 2B approach to Girl Scouts gives girls even more options and opportunities than ever before. You may be volunteering with a troop of girls choosing to concentrate on the cadet handbook or interest projects, teaming up with girls in an adventure club, coaching girls to learn to set their own goals with the Studio 2B Focus series, or mentoring girls who participate individually. Whatever you are doing with middle school Girl Scouts, the behaviors, attitudes, and approaches illustrated in this video will help you succeed with girls in early adolescence.
I have been involved with Girl Scouting for 9 years. The group I started with in Brownies, and I now have a junior troop. I moved up with them when they became juniors. Some are now moving up into cadets, and as they go into the junior high school age, I've seen a lot of changes in their personalities and the way they interact with their peers.
If we spend all our time working on badges and patches, it starts to feel too much like school.
Sometimes I just want to hang out with my friends.
I think we need to make it a little more flexible to bring in some of their other interests.
To keep girls in Girl Scouting, we need to give them their space and to find out what they're interested in and do it, and they'll stay.
Studio 2B gives girls from 11 to 17 a new way to participate in Girl Scouting, combining the traditions they have always enjoyed with expanded options that reflect the needs and interests they have today. With help from adult advisors, girls get to dream, plan, and do the activities they like to do. Everything from...
Excuse me.
Yes?
I think we can speak for ourselves.
Okay, but you're only 11.
And your point is?
You know, Studio 2B was created by girls for girls.
I think we can handle this part.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah!
Studio 2B was designed for all girls from 11 to 17. And even though many girls my age may act like they're 11 going on 17, research shows that girls who are 11, 12, and 13 have distinct interests, needs, and worries. We want to do things that will challenge us and help us grow, but we still count on adults for advice and guidance. And whether we're new to Girl Scouting or have been in it since we were daisies, we want to know what's next in Girl Scouting and if it's worth sticking around for.
So, you're trying to tell us that your preferences and priorities are changing, right?
Right.
You need adults in your life who will listen to you, validate your feelings, and help you feel good about yourself. And you want your Girl Scout advisors to understand what it takes to support you and help you become more independent at the same time.
Right. And by watching this video, advisors can learn how to use Studio 2B resources to adapt the Girl Scout experience to meet our changing needs. You'll learn how to help us set goals for ourselves. And you'll also get a better idea of what girls in my age group are like and what you need to know to earn our undying admiration and help us make the most of Studio 2B.
Well, that's a lot of ground to cover. Do you want to lead the way?
Sure. If you want to know what we're really like, just follow us around for a day, if you can keep up with us. First, there's school. For most of us, that means middle school or junior high, where in addition to trying to keep up our grades and stay out of trouble, we have to contend with bullies and cliques and the pressure to be liked by the cool crowd. After school, we've got extracurricular activities, chores, and homework. That alone can add up to stress with a capital S. But before we call it a night, we still want to listen to music, talk on the phone, IM our friends, and save the world.
Okay, I hear you. You're telling us that 11-year-olds are growing up fast. They're adjusting to middle school and junior high, where the pressure to fit in socially and be accepted by their peers can be pretty intense. They have a lot more demands on their time, yet they crave opportunities to socialize and have fun. They also care deeply about helping others. And as they grow, they need to learn how to juggle goal setting with increasing responsibility.
That sums it up all right, but you don't have to take my word for it.
Starting middle school was kind of stressful. I had to make new friends all over again.
There's so much homework. Sometimes I feel like I don't have any time for myself.
Every day at school there's fights and name-calling, and I don't have anyone to talk about these things with.
As a Studio 2B advisor, you provide the encouragement girls need to become their best selves, belong to a supportive community, figure out what they believe in, and build a better world.
Sometimes I feel like Studio 2B is the only place where I can be myself or do the things I want to do.
I was getting to that. Allowing girls to do things their way is a big part of what makes Studio 2B fun for girls. Through this by girls, for girls approach, adult volunteers help girls set their own goals for learning more about themselves and celebrating their strengths, connecting with others, developing their own voice and speaking their minds, and taking action to make an impact on their world. Teaching girls how to set goals for incorporating the 4 B's, or Girl Scout program goals, into their lives is one of the most important responsibilities of a Girl Scout advisor. It is through this process that girls develop leadership skills and discover how to become their best selves. But as experienced advisors will tell you, setting goals with girls is a process that doesn't always go smoothly.
Sometimes when you let girls do things on their own, it gets crazy. Sometimes you wish you just had done it yourself.
Sometimes they fall on their faces when you let them run things. I give them as much support as possible and help them to develop a plan. And sometimes, if it doesn't go as well as it should, we talk about it afterwards. How it could have gone better, what changes they would do if they did it again, and then they've learned for next time.
They fight me on this. One of them actually told me that they like me telling them what to do. But I keep trying to tell the girls that they don't need me to do this. They're very intelligent, they're very self-sufficient, and they can do this on their own.
Sometimes it also takes it into an area that it might not have gone in, and they enjoy it more, so sometimes it turns out for the better.
As girls grow up, in Girl Scouting and out, they need opportunities to make choices for themselves and to chart their own path. The Studio 2B resources are a good place to start. Studio 2B collection is like a teen magazine created just for 11 to 13-year-olds, filled with personal essays, celebrity interviews, quizzes, advice columns, and activities. It's a great jumping-off point for conversations with girls about real issues, and it sometimes leads them to think about related activities.
I like this Finding You article. I want to do more stuff like this.
Well, if you like that article, you should check out this focus book. It's all about finding out who you are. Yeah?
The Studio 2B focus books offer a more detailed and hands-on approach to specific subjects girls said are important to them. Topics like building self-esteem, managing money, writing, travel, fitness, and exploring careers are addressed. Each book has lots of activities so girls get engaged, and one corresponding charm. Girls work with adults to set their own goals for doing the activities and earning charms. Your role is to help girls set goals that match their interests and skill levels. Sounds tricky? It's really not. Watch and see.
I'm not really sure what we're supposed to do with all these books. Oh, and where's the list of requirements for earning the charms?
Oh, there's no list. We're supposed to help the girls to set their own goals.
How do we do that?
Well, we can start by asking the girls what they want to do.
Okay.
At the beginning of the year, I just make sure they know what's available in terms of Girl Scout resources, all the Studio 2B activities, the interest project patches, the religious awards, the silver award, the gold award. I let them know all the possibilities, and then they choose what they want to work on.
Well, we have a lot of great ideas here. Karaoke night, yoga, whitewater rafting, fighting pollution. What else do you guys want to do?
I want to travel.
Great.
Me too.
Okay, where do you want to go?
India.
Nice.
Jamaica. The Olympics.
Well, that sounds interesting.
That sounds really good.
The big idea in my trip is to go to Hawaii. They have been talking about it for 3 years, and they are convinced that we are going to Hawaii for February break of 2006. I'm not sure we will ever get there because they haven't raised enough money yet, but I haven't squashed their dream. They've put together some, like the garage sale, they've put together some other fundraisers, and they have invested their money in a savings account, and they are adding their interest every day, and hopefully we'll get there. But it's okay if we don't, because they've learned to work toward a goal, and we will go somewhere.
You'll find that girls often think big when they start to set goals. By asking open-ended questions and drawing their attention to the many activities in the Studio 2B resources, you can help girls shape broad goals into smaller, doable parts.
I think we could take a trip like that in a few years. But what can we do this year to either save up for a bigger trip or plan something a little less ambitious?
Maybe we could do some fundraisers that would go towards the big trip. Then open our own bank account.
What if we do a sleepover somewhere? Like at the museum. That could be like going on a trip to another country without really going.
Yeah! We'd have a sleepover.